Yeah, it's a magic life here in the mountain, in the nature. So I invite everybody to try to go to the villages again and go out in nature. I think it's the best thing you can do. I'm Uli from Germany. I live here already more than 20 years. Longest time person here now. And I live here with my family. I'm a musician. This is what my work. So I earn money. Unfortunately, it's needed still. Yeah, this is the place we built. It's my house. I lived in teepees some winters, but now I live this house already 20 years. We built it here. This was a ruin, all the stable until here. And down there's a cellar from the stable. So because finally my ex-lady, is a magic lady, she wanted seven corner house, and as I had to break this corner here. Throw it down, put this window. We have a friend brought from Germany, all the windows are recycling. So with this corner it resulted 7 corner house, special magic house. Then we built later a bathroom for a playground for the kids. With a little bathtub, and this is a wood heater from Germany. The old one. I grew with this when I was small, we still had this, and fantastic. Happened just from itself. It was not so much thinking, It was a consequence of the wish to live in nature and respect and harmony with the nature and earth. So I met people from the Rainbow Movement. It's through the people who organized meetings in the nature, kind of hippie tradition. And I connected with these people and I started to visit these meetings. I became also part of the organization. It was automatically just to help me do things, and I like to organize things too. And so after the 4th big meeting we came to the decision as a group that we would like to find a village. I didn't know what it was about. It was a total adventure, so we decided to search for this place. We found this place luckily and it started, and there were so many things happening. We had to build everything. It was totally abandoned. We had to build a water system, build our house at first place, the school, the structure, clean the paths, did many things, and did also nice parties here, music, very nice music, always many guests. The first children were born with our own midwives. This is cow shit we gathered up on the plain up there for the cows from the neighbor village. So this is for our garden. We mix a bit in the earth because we have no animals and no horses in the moment here. Se acabó! Ale! And this teleférico, these cables, they help a lot. Since they were built by a younger man who was raised up here, the village got a new rise because there was an exodus in the middle. We were 120 people with 3 schools and school classes and much movement, but half of the people went away in 3 years and then we stay very few people. And with these cables, it raised again, gave a chance and new buildings and nicer, so fantastic, it's a big help. The garden is very important here in the village. To grow their own organic food, most possible. No? My dream before coming here was to be a gardener musician, so I could quite fulfill it. I live from the music still. I'm lucky. Now it's more difficult with the crisis, but it still functions. And having a garden since the beginning. We have some agreements, basic agreements in the village are organic gardening. We don't use any chemical product. We use mostly shit, cow shit, horse shit, sheep and goat. We use some ash that gives kalium and some minerals. We use kal, some organic tricks. No? We had all this spot. We have another garden, and with this is enough for one family. That's what I mostly do. Yeah, down there will be potatoes, for example. You see down the apple tree. This tree I planted when my eldest son was born, and still put the placenta, dug in the placenta. Yeah, was kind of ritual. No? Depend from this, I earn just the right money to survive, and it's the organic food that brings power and energy, and it's health. Sure, it's our own. It's very important for our life. Another good thing of this garden spot is there's a lot of wild plants, edible wild plants and medicinal plants. This is edible, for example. This is a very good salad. This fine stuff here. This is Milenrama. This is very good for stomach problems, for acid. So this is very good. This flower here, the leaves of these flowers, they have 10 times more vitamin C than a normal salad, than the usual salad. These things is good to know for healthy.
What's the plant called?
It's primavera. It's Primel in German. I don't know.
But it is hard work, I think.
Yeah, but you get used to it if you find the rhythm with it. You find the rhythm with the sun, even with the moon.
Do you have a toilet?
Yeah, sure. We have this compost toilets. We compost the human shit, and it's mixed with organic stuff, with leaves and all. And it is a process of about 3 years of composting, and then we can use it. It's like a real compost, like real earth, no rests of shit, and we use it for the trees and for the bushes to fertilize. So we give it into a cycle, and this is very nice, very important for me and others, I guess, to not poison the clean drinking water. The situation in the earth is that so many people have no drinking water at their access. Some women especially have to go very far to carry the water for the families. And there's many people who only have the access to poisoned water, to dirty water. Many diseases are the result, and so I think for me it's a sin that I don't have to do. We don't poison the drinking water with our shit. This is compost earth. Look, there's a comfort. You speak about the compost toilet at least, because it doesn't look so comfortable. You can imagine to shit in the moon night with the full moon and the stars. This is great. And the comfort is like, look, when the moon rises behind the mountains, big and strong, when you really feel it in this quiet valley, this is comfort. Or when the birds sing in the morning, or when the these icicles, and the sunlight comes in, and it twinkles. This is comfort for me, And when I sit here and play my flute and the valley gives the echo of my flute playing, this is a real comfort. Or when I sing with my people there's some nights by the fireside, and with fire there in the middle, and some people passing a bottle to drink or something to eat, this is real, total comfort for me. So I don't miss any comfort. Everything have the solar energy, solar power. You saw the panels, I guess, And you have a little DVD. I love films, to see films. My daughter, she really loves it. We have a little DVD player, and with a 12-volt system we can see films. I have the music. We love reading books. We like the fire. We have castañas in autumn that we are luckily to roast on the fire, you know. So we have the nice neighbors. We have, if you want a company, you find it. If you want to be alone, also you have much space. I'm really fine. Can't wish much more. I think it's good to not have everything. I think it's very important, you know. Many young kids now and younger people, they are really bored in the city. They cannot value the things they have because there's so much there, you know. But the real spirit is missing somehow, you know.
How much cut off are you from society?
I'm very interested in the news. I hear the radio. When I'm in town, I get the papers. Sometimes I like to take the papers out of the recycling containers, get them out, read them and put them back. This is kind of recycling for me. I mean, I don't know how the future is for the young people. Sometimes I feel a pity, you know, because when I was younger there was much more future. Now it seems also unsure, insecure. But I think the youth in itself, there's still this hope is always there, you know. It's something that doesn't go away, you know. Maybe times will change severely. The money is very insecure, and so I hope the time that comes, the people have to cooperate more, much more, you know. And this richness, all this goes away with. It can only fall down with the money, because the rich people can destroy the planet and have wars and all this. This is just illogical, and I don't think it's the aim of the humanity, you know. I believe that is another aim, you know. An aim is of a peaceful cooperation, of total equality of all men and women, mankind, you know.
Your own society? Do you create also rules?
Yeah, we don't call it rules, we call it agreements. Because look, it's very important to know that here in this village there's no bosses, no chiefs. We are equal. We find our decisions as equal persons, and this was for me one of the most important reasons to come here and stay here, and for others too. It's sometimes a more long approach, more difficult to find agreements, you know, because there's no one who says it like this, or like a majority group says, "Bam, you know, we want this," and we are so. It's a kind of, yeah, it's a democracy. It's a real democracy without president, I would say, you know, without real leaders, you know. Basic democracy, you know. We have this three-quarter majority if necessary, but we look more for the Indian system, like trying to find the consensus. And yeah, our agreements can be changed, but basically it's this respect on nature, respect on, if you want to build beside somebody, you have to speak with the neighbors, be in agreement with the neighbors, because we want the organic growth. We don't want people to just go in and say, I'm here, wow, now I'm here, you have to get along with me. No, we want organic growing. The silence here in the valley, I think you like it, I hope, is because we don't agree motors here. It's a very radical decision, but it gives us all this silence, you know, and this clean air and no noise, you know, is another quality. This is one of my luxuries I really live, you know. Animate anybody who really wants to live a life of more dignity and more healthy and more real somehow, is to go back to the country, to repopulate the villages. This is what I especially say. To do gardening, to create cooperatives. I think it's the only chance somehow, you know, because the big cities will not survive. It's impossible, the future. I don't see any. The food comes from the earth, you know. The food and the health, the healthy life, you know. That's what I believe.
But it's a big change for.
Yeah, it's a big change, but somehow, I mean, it's so unstable. I mean, what will happen when the money system really breaks down? I mean, it's anyway completely manipulated by the big. This is sure by a big money movers. I mean, well, we know this, you know. The crisis is also manipulated, but it shows that the money is completely unstable, and it's it's totally unjust. This will happen with the money. So it's nothing you can build on. You know, it's no future with it. So you should look where your future comes from, and where the food comes from, and all the other things, the clothes and all. I mean, it's on the land in the country, but there's much space. I know it's all bought and all owned by somebody, but I mean, there's still possibility. There's many more villages going abandoned. This is a pity. There's old houses to repair. There's always some land around, you know. You can do things, but you have to go for it. And to be ready for physical work, you must be strong. If not, but it's a part of it. It's part of healthy life. You just move, you just work to do things, you know. It's a social experience, surely, international. In the moment we are 12 nations, and we do have our own schooling. It's very important also in the village. So alternative school. Yeah, we do it all by ourselves. It's a do-it-yourself village, so we share some tasks and maintain it ourselves. Yeah, for visitors, well, visitors are welcome always, the whole year, but should come prepared. It's important to know that sometimes it gets very cold here, and we are 1,000 meters high, and it's a rough place. So you need good shoes, good clothes, good sleeping bag. Flashlight is very important for the moonless nights. Some candles too, and some food for the beginning, for the first time. We would like children, especially families, invite families to come and see. It's a very good place to grow smaller children. Later with the schooling it's more difficult, but for small children it's a great place. It's a fantastic place. And there's some people who really support you, because we want more children here. We want no drugs here. No drugs are allowed. This is a reason to go away, to go out. Even also violence. No violence allowed here. We want to live peacefully and clean. It's very difficult for us people without money coming. They have to be specially integrated, and anyway we have a low money economy here living, and we cannot take care of people without money. It's important you bring some and be autonomous. So there's a common guest space where you can also cook. It's the cocina común. You can ask for it when you reach. You can sleep there. There can be a little donation in the box. Very important is that you can make no fires here, because it's a biggest danger we have is the fire danger, especially with this dryness we are suffering in the moment here. After 10 days we want you to find somebody who invites you personally. We call it madrina or padrino, that introduces you more in the village, that accompanies you, to explain more things and help you in some difficult moment. Somebody you can reach to. After 1 year living here with us, if there's possible, we'll try to find places for you to stay. After 1 year you can convert yourself in habitant, and with a full vote and the possibility to build a place, a house, a hut, whatever, or buy an empty house.
Would you say this is your heaven on earth?
No, heaven, no, it's difficult. Yes, a little paradise, but it's earth, you know, it's with everything. Hola. Hombre, Gaspar! Qué sorpresa, me están filmando aquí. It's the earth, you know. Heaven is later. Heaven is, well, it's this philosophy. I mean, you know, the heaven, we create the heaven, you know. Heaven is to create. I mean, so paradise is a process, you know.